What if the most influential man in Europe wasn't a king or emperor, but a banker? Imagine a world where power wasn't inherited through royal bloodlines, but accumulated through sheer financial acumen and strategic brilliance. Imagine a world where power wasn't inherited through royal bloodlines, but accumulated through sheer financial acumen and strategic brilliance. Not a ruler by blood, but by wealth. A man whose influence was measured not by the size of his army, but by the depth of his coffers and the reach of his financial networks. This wasn't a hypothetical in the 16th century. It was a reality that reshaped the contours of European power dynamics. This was the reality of Jakob Fugger, a man whose name became synonymous with wealth and influence. Born into an age of emperors and popes, Fugger rose to become a titan of finance. His journey from a modest background to the pinnacle of financial power is nothing short of extraordinary. His influence stretched across empires, his name whispered in the halls of power. He was a kingmaker, a financier, whose decisions could sway the fate of nations. His name whispered in the halls of power. He was a kingmaker, a financier whose decisions could sway the fate of nations. He held the fate of nations in his ledger books. Every transaction, every loan, every investment was a move in a grand chess game of power and influence. This is the story of the banker who bought empires, a man whose financial prowess was unmatched, whose ambition knew no bounds. His life was a masterclass in leveraging opportunities and navigating the complex web of politics and commerce. Europe in the 16th century was a cauldron of change. The old feudal order was giving way to new economic realities. The Renaissance was in full bloom. Art, science, and culture were flourishing. And with them, new ideas about wealth and power. New trade routes were opening up the world. The age of exploration was expanding horizons and creating unprecedented opportunities for commerce. The old order was being challenged. Traditional power structures were being upended by the rise of the new economic elite. History is not just about wealth, but about the transformative power of vision and determination in an era of profound change. Jakob Fugger's roots were surprisingly modest for a man who would come to control the purse strings of Europe. He was born in the bustling city of Augsburg, Germany in 1459. His family, while not impoverished, were far from the elite. His grandfather, Hans Fugger, had been a peasant who migrated to Augsburg seeking a better life. Through sheer determination and a keen eye for opportunity, Hans established himself as a successful weaver. Hans's son, Jakob Fugger, the elder, continued the family trade, expanding into the lucrative world of textiles. Through sheer determination and a keen eye for opportunity, Hans established himself as a successful weaver. The Fugger family business flourished, laying the foundation for the empire Jakob would one day inherit. Hans's son, Jakob Fugger, the elder, continued the family trade, expanding into the lucrative world of textiles. It was a testament to hard work, shrewd business acumen, and a touch of good fortune. Venice was a city built on trade, a melting pot of cultures and ideas. It was in this vibrant environment that Jakob honed his skills as a merchant, learning the intricacies of banking, international trade, and the art of negotiation. Venice, in the late 15th century, was a financial powerhouse. It was here that Jakob learned the double-entry bookkeeping system, a revolutionary method that provided a clear and accurate picture of financial accounts. He witnessed firsthand the power of credit and the importance of building strong relationships with powerful individuals. These lessons would prove invaluable when he returned to Augsburg, ready to leave his mark on the world. Section 4. Silver and Copper King. Upon his return to Augsburg, Jakob, now a shrewd and ambitious young man, joined the family business. He quickly rose through the ranks, displaying an uncanny knack for spotting lucrative opportunities. He saw the potential in mining, an industry often overlooked by traditional merchants. He invested heavily in copper and silver mines, securing exclusive contracts and establishing a near monopoly on these essential metals. His control of the mines gave him immense power. Copper was essential for warfare, used in the production of cannons and other weaponry. Silver was the lifeblood of the economy, used to mint coins. Jakob Fugger, through his strategic investments, had become the gatekeeper of these essential resources, earning the title King of Copper, a name whispered with both awe and apprehension. His wealth and influence grew exponentially, catching the attention of Europe's most powerful figures, including the Habsburg dynasty. His financial acumen and strategic investments made him a pivotal figure in the economic landscape of the time. The Habsburgs, rulers of the Holy Roman Empire, were constantly in need of funds to finance their wars and maintain their lavish lifestyle. Their ambition stretched across Europe, and their need for resources was insatiable. Jakob saw an opportunity to secure his fortune and cement his legacy. By aligning himself with the Habsburgs, he could not only grow his wealth but also gain unprecedented influence in European politics. He became the Habsburgs' primary lender, bankrolling their ambitions and tying his fate to theirs. His financial support was crucial in their quest for dominance, and in return he received privileges and protections that few could dream of. Jakob was meticulous in his dealings, ensuring that every transaction was to his advantage. As a shrewd businessman, he used his financial leverage to secure favorable trade agreements, mining concessions, and political favors. His investments in mining, particularly in silver and copper, were immensely profitable and further solidified his economic power. He understood that money was power, but power was best exercised subtly through influence and negotiation. Jakob's ability to navigate the complex web of European politics made him an indispensable ally to the Habsburgs, becoming the power behind the throne, a kingmaker who could sway the balance of power with the stroke of a pen. His legacy was not just in the wealth he amassed, but in the indelible mark he left on the political and economic fabric of Europe. Jakob Fugger's influence extended even to the church. A devout Catholic, he understood the power of money in religious affairs. He financed the extravagant lifestyle of the Renaissance papacy, providing loans for the construction of St. Peter's Basilica and other grand projects. However, his relationship with the church was not without complexities. The church's stance on usury, the lending of money at interest, created a moral dilemma for Fugger. He navigated this issue with characteristic pragmatism, finding ways to structure his loans in a manner acceptable to the church while ensuring his own profits. Ironically, his financing of the papacy indirectly contributed to the rise of the Protestant Reformation, a movement that challenged the church's authority and led to a relaxation of the ban on usury. This chapter delves into the life and legacy of one of history's most influential financiers, Jakob Fugger. He died in 1525, leaving behind a financial empire unlike any the world had ever seen. His influence stretched across Europe, touching the lives of kings, popes, and commoners alike. A man of contradictions, Fugger was a devout Catholic who profited from the church's indulgences, yet also funded the Reformation that challenged the institution he supported. A ruthless businessman who funded grand artistic and social projects, his patronage helped to shape the cultural landscape of the Renaissance. His legacy is complex and multifaceted. Fugger was not just a financier but also a visionary who saw potential in supporting arts and education. He's credited with helping to usher in the era of modern capitalism, laying the groundwork for the financial systems we know today, but also with exacerbating the growing socio-economic divide in Europe. His immense wealth highlighted the stark contrast between rich and poor, a divide that still resonates in today's society. His wealth and influence fueled the rise of the Habsburg dynasty, enabling them to become one of Europe's most powerful families, but also contributed to the outbreak of the 30 Years' War, a conflict that reshaped Europe's political landscape. Jakob Fugger's story is a reminder that history is rarely black and white. His actions had far-reaching consequences, both positive and negative. It is a tapestry woven from ambition, faith, greed, and innovation. Each thread tells a story of human endeavor and the pursuit of power. His life and legacy continue to fascinate and provoke debate among scholars and historians. They examine his impact on the economic and social structures of his time, a testament to the enduring power of wealth and the complexities of its influence on the course of human history. Jakob Fugger's story is a powerful reminder of how one individual's ambition can shape the world for centuries to come. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below to share your insights or ask any questions. And don't forget to subscribe to History Intrigued for more captivating stories that bring the past to life. Your support helps us uncover and share these incredible tales with the world.